Hello everyone, my name is Kate Marshall. The name of my channel is called Inked Paper Art, and today is day 99 of 365 days of junk journal ideas. Today we are going to make ephemera from junk, from nothing. So these are all of our scraps that I've accumulated on my desk for a couple of weeks now. There's just book pages and just offcuts and just random things. I want to use a lot of these strips of paper from yesterday's project. So a bunch of random junk basically, and these old sticker books that I bought a long time ago. I really very rarely, probably one sticker has been used out of this book. This book is available on Amazon. I will link it below for those who want to purchase it because I will show it and use some stickers out of it today. But you guys remember, I don't know how many of you will, but a while back you could purchase, and I know you still can, like these little stickers from like Amazon and other places like that. I don't shop anywhere other than Amazon for these, so all of mine came from Amazon or possibly Etsy. But anyway, I never use these either. We're going to use up some things I don't use. We're going to use up these stickers. We're going to use up these stickers. We're going to use up these scraps, and the base for our ephemera today, because we'll be making tags and journal cards and other little things, is just a 12 by 12 coffee dyed piece of cardstock. I'm going to cut this up into a bunch of random shapes. We are going to do some collaging and add some focal points and end up with some fully decorated projects. So let's go ahead and get started. Oops. The first thing we're going to do is make a loud noise. The first thing we're going to do is cut up our cardstock to make our ephemera pieces. And so I'm going to use this again. I think you just have to clean it out every week, maybe. I'm not sure. But we're going to start out by making some ephemera. I'm going to keep this ephemera on the small side. Nothing bigger than maybe a 2.5 inch tag. I want to keep it small because those stickers are fairly small. And so I want to make some small tags, some small journal cards, things to tuck into little pockets. I'm always making pockets, and I really do need some bigger or some smaller things, to fit into that, little pockets and things like that we're always making. So I'm going to make these two just a couple larger journal cards here, and they measure about 3 by 5. I'll do this one 3 by 4 and end up with 3 little journal cards there in different sizes. That's great. This can be tags. So we'll do like a 4-inch one here. Let's just cut this whole strip into 4 inches. So this guy is about 2.5 by 4. These ones I definitely want to be tags. So again, I'll keep them on the smaller side at 2.5 or 2 by 4. I'll just do 3 of those. We're just doing small things again because those stickers are small. And I think it will be fun to do a little collaging in miniature, basically. So we've got a couple random little pieces here. I did 4.5 by 2 on those. Okay, so we've got all of our pieces cut. Now you could have made a master board and then just put your stickers on a master board pieces. That's another way to go with scraps. However, I want to just start out by making little pieces of ephemera. So we have 3 of these. Let's start with those. I guess this is not the same size. Let's just start with 2 of them. We're going to pull over our junk pile, whatever's on your desk, all those little scrappy pieces that you don't know what to do with at the end of a project. This is something you can do with them, especially the Florentine paper. You guys know that I will have a live sale tonight on my channel with the Florentine paper. And so if you've been waiting for me to sell Florentine paper, as several of you guys have told me, tonight is the night. Okay, so let's put this Florentine paper coming down like that. That looks good. And then let's put some book page. We're going to need book page on all of our projects today to make our stickers stand out. Both of those look good. Okay, so let's glue those on. We will be moving fast, and we're going to kind of challenge ourselves to see how many pieces of ephemera we can get done in 30 minutes. So I'm going to glue, I don't know what to glue, the paper or the card. We're going to glue the paper and we're going to stick it on. So how many pieces of ephemera can we get done in 30 minutes? And so you're going to see I am trying to move fast. This is just a quick little project to use up a bunch of scrappity bits. If scrappity can be a word, I think it can be a word today. So anyway, live sale tonight starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have never been to a live sale or never been to one of my live sales, it's very casual. You just show up here on the channel at 6 p.m. The same channel that you're watching this video on, that's where the live sale happens. And you just show up and you just chat along with us in the live chat. You'll see it. Just come on over and you'll see how it works. Everyone who comes for the first time, it just takes a minute. You just come into the group. Everyone is very welcoming. And if you want to chat, then you chat. If you don't want to chat, then you don't chat. It's very, very, very easy. Very easy. Okay, let's get these book pages glued on. And you saw like this one was torn. It's totally fine. Here we go. A live sale is really self-explanatory, but I do give instructions, and there are also instructions in the description box below in the video too for the live sale tonight. And that's all I'm going to really say about it because we have talked about it. All right, so there's book page. We have Florentine paper. We have book page. We might put like paper doily. It just depends. Sometimes those stickers need, the reason why I'm putting book page specifically is sometimes those stickers need a resting place. Like the stickers can be on washi paper, or they might have like a transparent kind of finish to them. And sometimes they need something to make those stickers, I glued that the wrong way, no big deal. They make those, you need to make those stickers be able to be seen, right? So sometimes you need something whiter in the background. So we have our Florentine paper to give us pattern, but we also need some kind of resting place for the eye. And so now we're going to trim these quickly. And then we're going to add focal points at the end. We're going to do all of our bases. So just simple little collage, whatever, I call it trash, whatever you have on your desk that is getting to be where it's just a bunch of small little pieces. You don't want to just keep throwing them in your scrap bin because our scrap bins always get, or offcuts, whatever, they always get out of control. And it's because it's always easier when you're looking at a full sheet to like, oh, okay, that'll fit. But the scraps, some people really enjoy crafting with them. Other people, they end up having a bunch of scraps left over because they just, find them harder to use. So anyway, today's project is a great way to use up those scraps. So we're going to go like that. And then I'm going to go like that. And for this one, let's just kind of tear it there. We'll be inking wherever there's white. If I took the time to tear it in the right direction, we would not have as much white, but that one looks good there. And so I've got this a little scrap pile, and those tiny little scraps that you see me tear off, those will be really great for clusters later. We're going to have a postage stamp cluster project in the next couple of days. So we'll be using tiny little pieces of paper. All the little ones that are too small to use today will go in the postage stamp clusters. And then the postage stamp clusters we're going to use in a different project. So it's kind of like a part 2, 1 and 2, where one day we make the postage stamp clusters, and the next day we will use the postage stamp clusters to make another project. So several things happening there. And then yesterday I told you guys we're going to do a series on all those craft tools that you buy and you put in your craft room. Maybe you used them a couple of times, but we kind of forget about them. We're going to be doing a series next week on craft tools that we all have, or a lot of us have, and we don't use. Or maybe you've seen them, the tools, and you've wondered, should I buy this? Well, I'm going to show you how to use the tools the way that they were intended, and also some bonus ways to use the tools that maybe you didn't think of, or, whatever, so that you can decide whether or not this is a tool that's worth spending your money on. So we'll be doing tool videos next week. All right, more book page. Like this guy is torn, so we'll take the top portion of that That's better there. We'll take the bottom portion of that one. And for this guy, he just really needs a strip over in that area. Good. So I do have some full-size book pages, but if you notice, the ones I have been using for this project are torn in a way where I couldn't put them in a signature of a journal, etc. I am trying to make sure that my text is straight. That's really all I'm worried about there. And I know I am still behind in invoicing. They're coming, I promise. I know I've been saying that for a long time. Trust me, all I'm doing is working, but sometimes it just takes a little bit. There are so many more people, more buyers and more shoppers and more everything, more correspondence. Like I spend at least an hour, sometimes multiple hours. Like if I answered every single one, I would be answering correspondence for several hours a day. It's just getting to be that kind of crazy where, you know, there's a lot of questions and a lot of things that need answered. And so it all just takes time. And we're working through solutions to make all of that go faster. It's just those solutions also take time and time to plan more than anything else. So just bear with me. I promise we will get back to a good rhythm here shortly. Making the 365 videos is something that I really want to get back and doing so that they load at 3 o'clock in the morning my time the way that they used to. So that's coming. We will definitely get back on track with those and get caught up and get everything rolling the way it's supposed to. I'm trying to cut these straight, but the glue is super wet. Okay, there we go. Well, let's see how many we can do. Right now we've done 6, and I'm trying to trim around them. I should just set them to the side and trim around them with a paused video. I think that's what we're going to start doing. So I'm going to pause when I have to trim around them just so you guys don't have to sit here, and then I'll show you. But there's 6 done, or 5, sorry, that's 5. Let's do a few more. We've got some wider journal cards now, and for those, I have these. So I've decided to use some of these corners from yesterday, and they just fit on these little journal cards and tags perfectly. So I've just used them for that. You could back them to like coffee dyed cardstock and then make them into corner pockets. We talked about that yesterday, I think. So there's that one. And you could do book page first and then Florentine paper afterwards, but because those stickers do need a backing, most of them need some kind of white landing place so that the sticker shows up better. That's why I'm doing the Florentine in the back and then book page over it. And I've got a little, it's not trash yet, but a little pile of scraps that I've torn off. And then my piece of parchment paper, you've noticed I've started flipping it over in just different directions so that I don't get so gluey. And that's only because right now we're gluing a lot of small pieces. So if you're using parchment paper like I am as glue paper, if you just fold it and flip it, by the time you need to flip it back, the other side is dry. It goes very quick with glue stick. They dry very quick. Okay, so we've got this piece here. I'm just going to soften that little edge there. That one can go right there. And then let's put this whiter one. Let's do the whiter one here. So there's a little corner for that. And I don't have a big enough piece. Let's do that guy there. Okay. So gluing, and then I will cut them off camera just so that you guys don't have to sit here while I trim because it was taking me a minute to be precise with it. Okay. I want to try to get at least 10 done today, fully decorated and finished. So there's that one. I'll set that to the side to dry. and I'll trim it here in a minute. I hope you guys are having a great day. And I hope even if you're not, in the market for shopping tonight or whatever, just come and hang out. Come and say hello. There is a whole big bunch of people that come. Usually it's, 100, 150, sometimes 250 people that come to the live sale. And they are, most of them, just there to hang out and chat. And they come because the whole group is like-minded junk journal, makers and stuff like that. And so they're just chatting away in there and, saying hello and making new friends. And so it's really just a hangout for those of you who just want to come and, hang out with people who make junk journals like you do. That's a good place. Okay, so let's go ahead and make some more. Maybe we'll finish this whole pile. It looks like we might. Let's see. Okay, so I have these corners. This green one is one of my all-time favorites. And then I guess these two. Let me see what else I have over here. Oh, I have this one. Let's do this one. And let's do him on the big. Because he's a bigger pattern, he needs to go on a bigger surface so that you can make out what that pattern is. So let's get those glued down. It's just a big old fun hangout. And for those of you that want to shop, then there's that. But the rest of it is just hanging out. I mean, obviously, there's 200 people there, 250 people there. Most of them are just hanging out, which is good, It's a great time. Okay. So for these, we're going to put flowers on them. Then we're going to put some sort of label or other decoration. It could just be a postage stamp. We might put some paper doily back there. We might put some lace on some of them. We might do some, instead of stickers of flowers, we might do some like digital printed focal points, cabinet card photos. I don't know what else. We might layer up some tickets back there. We're just going to have a great time playing with these. A fun, quick mass make. Okay, there's those three. Now I have this little guy. He would work, but he'd have to be like down there in that area. I'm not going to use it. Let's get these guys. So I need a bottom triangle for that. Didn't leave me much of a focal point, but hopefully it's okay. And then we need a bottom triangle for this guy. That actually might work and go across there, just like it tore. And then for this one, I'm going to come down from this edge. So I'm just kind of softening and then tearing. Softening the edges. If it's going to have like this top edge is going to show, I'm just making it softer, not a hard edge, not a straight edge. That's what I mean by softening. Softening the look of that hard edge would be a better way of saying it. And so then I'm straightening it out and getting it on there. There's that one. Let's glue up this crazy tore piece. Making sure I've got glue on the edges of my book page pieces or the edges of my pieces in general. And then if I have a little copy dyed card show, I'm not going to stress about it at the moment. That was over a little further than I intended, but no big deal. I'm not going to stress about any copy dyed card showing at the moment because we're not finished. The label might cover it. The focal point might cover it. So not stressing about that yet. Okay, I think we have one single card left. And we're getting close on time as well. So let's just do this last card. Then I will pause and cut those. I will come back and show you what those are. And then we're going to layer up some more fun. Well, we just have this little bit of gold. A little bit of gold down the side. And I'm going to leave this one a straight edge. And so gold going down that way. And then this book page coming in from that side. And this got through quite a bit of the little scraps that were sitting over there. We'll have to work through some more here in another project. The little postage stamp clusters will be fun too. Okay, let me pause. Let me get these cut out and let me come back. So this is what we ended up with. We ended up with a bunch of little journal cards and tags. So now we are going to look for focal points in this book. It's the Botanist Sticker Anthology. It is from Amazon and it is linked in the description box below this video. I did try out some of the stickers from Amazon that look like the washi tape and whatever, and I did not really like them. That is why I don't use these, is because I don't like the way that they look. So we're going to go with the stickers from the anthology book. However, I kept those out for just in case. So let's start at the beginning of this book, and we're just going to flip through page by page and look for things that will go with these journal cards. I kind of did take a peek just a second ago off camera, but these are the stickers that come in the book. And so I thought maybe we could use something like this. Let me pull this back up. Or maybe this green one. I think maybe one of these little ones with a leaf and the purple flower might work. It's coming up right there. But anyway, we'll keep looking. And then I've got this dragonfly one. And I think this dragonfly, the large dragonfly, would look good on this card. So I think we should do the dragonfly there. Let's just go ahead and pull it off. And I'm just going to set it off to the side because I think we're going to use it. I'm still going to look for that green one. And then as we go through, some of the stickers in this book are full page stickers like these. A lot of them are not my kind of color scheme. However, they're great for other projects. Now there's this page of red ones, and we have this large red journaling card, and if it's meant to go this way with the text readable, but I think I need to turn it this way to get one of these red stickers on it. And I think this one looks good. Now, the good thing is you can take these stickers out, and if you decide not to use them, then you can put them back in here or put them on a piece of sticker backing paper. So right now I'm just pulling them out as we go. If I don't use them, I don't use them. So there's those ones. Now we do have some purple journaling cards, pink journaling cards. So if we did this purple tag, maybe the bright purple flowers for that one. I mean, it's a toss-up between these two. I think I'm going to go with the bright purple one. So this sticker book I've had for probably 5 years. I'm just sticking them on my mat off to the side as we go. That way I know what ones I pulled stickers for, and we will add them here in just a minute. So I'm going to flip through this entire book pretty much, so you guys can kind of see it's a bunch of mixed media pieces in here. There's also these purple ones. However, I don't think I like them as well as I like the first one we pulled. So I think we're going to stick with that one. I do like this one though. Oh well, we're going to stick with the one I pulled. Now we're into the yellow, and I do love a lot of the yellow ones. The yellow ones could also go on the green. I think they would show up nicely on the green. These stickers in this book have a white backing, so we will find something to use this one for. There is a lot of cards where honestly that one could go on. But these ones have a white backing, and sometimes you want the white backing and sometimes you don't. So I think for this project where we have such a busy Florentine paper in the background, the white is going to be useful for us. That's why I was trying to get the book page back there. We have this really large daisy. I don't know if it would look good on that one or not. Let me pull it. I don't care about tearing the leaf off, but let's pull it out of this book. Possibly. We'll stick it there. Maybe. Let's keep going. I do like this one too, and maybe that one's better. It's just a little too large, I think, which is the problem with the daisy as well. Anyway, the backing paper to the stickers is this green. That's why you see me skipping that portion. We do have this, and this can go on several different cards over there. So right now we're pulling all of our stickers. We're getting ready to stick them down. And then we've got this one. These, I do have a couple pink cards and I have a couple gold cards. I don't see anything I really love there. This is the one sticker I've used out of this book so far. Let's use this guy. So I'm trying to use as much of this book as I can. I've had it for several years. I'm not really a sticker person, so I usually use paper ephemera. So using sticker ephemera is, it's a little different, but I think it's good. It's good to, use up the things that we purchased because we saw somewhere or whatever the case may be. If I went sideways, this guy here would look nice on that one. There is this large one here, and there is that skinny one. I need to try these out. And so sometimes I have to pull them to try them. I think that's a bit much. So let's put him back and let's try this little guy. He's more botanical. He's more my style. So there is quite a bit in here that I do really love. Like that one will work. Quite a bit that is usable and quite a bit that, it would have to be put into a different kind of a project, more like a mixed media project. Ooh, there is all these blue ones as well. Maybe blue would look nice on this. I have to find the right scale and the right look, which at the present time is a little hard. What about this guy right here? He might blend in too much. It's hard with the Florentine paper because it's so, like the Florentine paper is so bold. So you need a big, large focal point. If you've noticed, and I'll show you again when we put them all of the pieces I pulled have a definite, like, big, bold flower. And that's the look that you're going to need with the Florentine paper. It just has a lot of color. It has a lot of pattern. So you're going to want to find something, whereas this has a little, it has little flowers in it. You're going to want a big, bold focal point, like this one would work better than this one. If you were thinking of putting that on there, you can see where that would get lost with the Florentine paper. But if you put this on, it definitely stands out. And that's not a bad one for there. I'm going to pull it just in case, even though we also pulled that big daisy. And so these, if you don't like fussy cutting, this is a great option for those of you who do not like fussy cutting. And there it goes color by color, and it also has different themes in this book. So I think I just put this on the shelf and then I didn't use it. And now I actually am really liking it. And there's different kinds of things, like all these little letters are kind of cool. Frames, there's Christmas stuff. There's stuff for all different kinds of seasons, really. These ones are beautiful. I love these. I just don't have a big enough place to put that. This little white rose, maybe. I'm going to pull it. Again, if I pull them and I don't use them in these projects, I will always come back and use them in another project. Let's see. I can't get this one out. They're all die cut, which is really nice. Okay, so there's that. The daisy is also cute, but I wasn't sure about that. I'm going to pull it because I have those gold ones back there too. Okay, keeping going. There's also little butterflies we can come back and embellish with. There's little bees and bugs and whatever. So if you're into bugs, this one definitely has some bugs for you. This one might look nice on there. It's kind of big, but I do like it. I'm going to have a million pulls, which is okay. I'll just keep making cards. I tore off a little leaf again. Don't care. Here's a rose, and we do have another pink card. So let's pull this rose out. Notice how I'm bending the paper trying to pull them. We're almost there. We almost have all of them. So I did this one, and I have enough for this one. These little cards up here at the top, I think I pulled one for that green one as well. I think it's just really down to maybe 2 or 3 of those that need a focal point. So let's keep going. Those are all beautiful, like even this little pink rose on that. I'm going to pull that because that is stunning and it can go somewhere. Got little stickers everywhere. Okay. Ooh, maybe the orange on the gold. Let's pull it. I think we're there. I think we have enough focal points. The gold is kind of a neutral. You can use anything with that gold. So pull out some stickers or fussy cuts if you don't like to use stickers. Fussy cuts work just fine too. That's a lot of loveliness. Not really anything we need, but a lot of loveliness. Full page stickers again. And a lot of those full page ones, there's frames and stuff. They are all die cut, but there's frames and different layers in there. Here's a beautiful Christmas tree. See, I forget what's in here. All of these trees. So if you're doing more of a forest one, a forest journal, there's mushrooms. I'm not going to do any more mushrooms because we have tons of mushrooms, but mushroom ephemera. But if I find myself lacking a mushroom focal point at the last second for those botanical journals, the trees, the ferns, the mushrooms, all of that is lovely. These little ferns are cute. How about we do a fern down this gold one? Maybe this one. Let me see if there's a different. No, it looks like that's it for ferns. Let's pull this fern leaf. Okay, I think we're there, but I'll show you the rest of the book. More full page stickers. Beautifulness there. This is a lovely one. All kinds of little bugs too. And I know sometimes it's hard to find this kind of ephemera. So I think it's really good that you're getting to see the full book on camera. You can see that there is a million stickers in this book. For the price of this book, I think it is well worth it. And I think, you know, for those times where you really need something that is kind of out of your comfort zone, this book has everything. It has literally everything. If you were doing a recipe journal, there's plenty of fruit in here. Has things in different scales and sizes. I love that. There's another fern. I think it's the same, basically. Lots of little butterflies, though. Tons and tons. And these are like natural. They're not artistically drawn. They're more like you just scanned them out of a botany book. I love that. So they're realistic looking. Vintage looking, I guess is a better way of putting it. We have this little gold card, and I would love to get this guy on that little gold card, assuming I don't tear his head off. And I think that actually does it for us. And the sticker book. So we did it. Okay, let's get these glued down. I am going to ink around them just slightly, and we're going to glue them down quick. Now for glue, I am going to use art glitter just to keep things moving quickly, and we can finish up this video. I know it is super long and it's ridiculous for something so easy, but you know, we made a lot. We didn't make 5, we made 15 or 20 or however many there is. But I'm just going to stick some art glitter glue on the back of these stickers if it decides to work today. But just to keep them stuck down over time, you know, stickers, they can become peely. So we will ink around these all here in just a few minutes too. But you see how that white border, that white background on the stickers, that's really necessary so that we can see our image and it blends into our book page. So that was good planning. You do need to ink before you stick down if you're planning on inking. You don't have to ink. I'm just giving it a little more border for definition. And then we're going to glue. It's just going to be a long video. Apologies. You all can speed up me. I think most of you tired of listening to me chatter and you speed up anyway. That's all good. I think we're going to kind of, no, we are going to keep him right in the center. Okay, so there's that guy. And we'll cut off the bottom of that. And we can blend some ink over. If we feel like we need to put some ink, we will put some ink. I think we're doing this one there. I don't know which one I actually pulled for this spot, but I might need to look first. I don't want to leave myself nothing. So for pink, I guess we're going there with this one. It just fits better. It's a better shape. So I'm just matching up shape and color at this point. Going around the border of my sticker with my glue and some in the center. Not being very careful with that, just getting it on. Okay, there's that guy. And then we had this little guy, and I know I pulled him for something. Oh, he's super sweet right there, though. Let's do him there. He's super sweet. It's just a hint of pink on this, more like a wild rose kind of flower. I don't know my flower names because I live in Arizona and we never have flowers. Right now I have a bunch of cactus flowers though, and there's little yellow flowers in one of my bushes in the front yard. Again, I don't know those names either. I know we have some lovely cactus, and it does get quite large, and we just had it cut back. Okay, so for this guy, I've got that which is too big. I don't know what we pulled for him exactly. So let me set him to the side and let's work on this guy. Maybe he goes here. He works there. I'm happy with him. So this botanical ephemera I can use in any journal. I can put this in a French fashion lady journal. I could have put this botanical ephemera into a blue French lady journal and been totally fine. Botanical ephemera can go in any journal, literally any. It doesn't matter. You can put it in a steampunk journal. It's just beautiful, natural pieces of ephemera with natural focal points. And you notice that I used this one upside down and put my words upside down. And it's because I really want my focal point to be seen and I need this up at the top. So that just worked that way for that one. For this little guy, what did we pull for him? I don't actually know what we pulled for him. That's not bad. Maybe we pulled this one. It's too big. I'm going to use this. It's here. We're using it. I might have pulled this little orange one off to the side. I don't know. I do like the little ink around the edge, though. I think that's looking nice. So we cheated a little bit because I paused to cut off my overhanging bits of paper, but I did flip through that whole entire book for you guys, where normally, like if you were crafting at home, you probably wouldn't take so much time to flip through your book. But anyway, so I think we're going to have all this done in roughly 30 minutes. I've got this one for this, or that's too big. Oh, I like that one. We're going to do that one on there. I need to ink. But yeah, so I think you could roughly do a 12 by 12 cut up of little tiny pieces of ephemera. And I kept these all like 2 by 4, 3x4 in that range. These are smaller pieces, and I did that because the stickers are kind of small. Not in the book that I pulled these from, but those other ones that are made in China that I got off Amazon, those ones are actually too small to use. And I will show you what I pulled for those two here at the end and kind of talk about why I don't think those kind of stickers work very well for our projects. So we had this gigantic one, which is really overpowering. Let's put this guy on there, or this guy. I think it's going to have to be this one. I think I've moved which ones I pulled for which cards, but it doesn't really matter. I pulled enough where we have choices. I think I pulled enough anyway. I don't know. Maybe he was supposed to go on there. Who knows? They're just going where they're going now. But I'm going to have a big pile of ephemera done, which is making me happy. I love having a big full box of ready-made ephemera. And just go into anything. Okay. And since we're going to do fairy journals will be lovely with this botanical ephemera because they're, if you notice when I do journal kits, I kind of carry over some, I make them so that you can carry over some of the elements from the previous kit that if you didn't use, it can be used into this journal. My goal is to build up your stash of papers and ephemeras and stuff like that to where, you have choices. When you get a journal kit, you have choices in which direction you want to take that journal kit. And so some of the botanical papers that we used from the March kit can be used into your fairy journal for the May kit. And remember, we didn't have an April kit this month or this year. There's that. Okay, we have this little gold one, and I know I pulled this for that, and I'm still planning on using that one. one little dragonfly. Now I can come back at the end and I can put labels on. I can put butterflies. I could put postage stamps. I could do some other little paper cluster or washi tape or whatever the case may be. I'm getting a little crazy with my inking apparently. When it gets on my fingers, it makes a mess. So there's that little guy. And of course, all these will look better inked around. We now have our purple one, our purple guy. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. This wasn't supposed to be an hour-long video. It was supposed to be a 15-minute video. But I can't help myself. I'm having fun. I love making this kind of ephemera. It's quick and easy. And I never use stickers, to be honest. But I am having fun using these stickers. They're quite enjoyable. And they made a lot of ephemera very easily. Okay, so there's that. Now we have one left. So I don't know. I pulled a bunch of extra stickers for something. We have this pink one, which is a little too small, honestly, for that. And we have this red one, but we also have this. Boy, that is pretty and happy and big and bold. Let's see what else I have here. Equally nice, but I don't think that's what I want. I'm being choosy now. I think this is the one I pulled for this, and it is just a lot of red, and it blends in and gets lost. This is definitely bolder. You can definitely see it more. This I think is nice because there is pink in here, but it's a little too small. And this guy is, I think, just a little too bold and crazy. So we're going to go with this one, inked around. So I did end up moving them all around because I pulled all these other ones and we didn't use them. I'll just make some extra ephemera. I probably have something undecorated that I can throw them on quick. But I'm going to pause this. I'm going to ink around all these pieces, and then I'm going to come back and show you them all finished, because I think if you look at them when they're not inked, it's going to have a definite look, where if you ink around them, they're going to look very different and more finished. So let me get those inked. All right, so this is what we ended up with in the end. You can see that some of them I did make with the text upside down. I love that look. It's just different. So they're all different, unique, beautiful little journal cards. You can cut these into tags. They don't have to stay like this. You could clip the corners and make them into tags. And they're all made on copy dyed paper or cardstock. So the backs of them are already copy dyed. They do need inked around. They need little labels or postage stamps, but they're really, really cute, quick and easy pieces of ephemera. We will count them together, but so very many of them together. Super fun. You can see that the key for this project was that Florentine paper in the background, and it just makes lovely ephemera. So I have a pile. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces of ephemera done in what was 44 minutes or 43. But I did flip through an entire book. So I hope that you guys sit down, have fun, make these projects. If you're looking for the book, again, it is linked below in the Amazon link section of the description box below the video. And I will see you guys tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern time for the live sale. Thanks, guys. Bye.